This video was supposed to be a cinematic masterpiece, an artfully filmed and beautifully narrated thrift flip of this corkboard that I inherited from work. But about 15 minutes into the process, when my ADHD took over and I realized I had to dust the entire house before I could even wipe off the corkboard that I wanted to paint, film, and flip, I realized that's not what this video was going to be about. And throughout the process, the starts, the stops, all of the tries and didn't works, I realized that what I was doing was, on film, making a case for making bad art. Making things that make me happy, even if it's not aesthetically pleasing in the process, or even the final result. I realized that while this is an internet trend now, and everyone creates these gorgeous cinematic short videos of them putting hours worth of work into a project so that we get to see the final result in 30 seconds, that most things like this are messy and they take a long time. And that's kind of what I enjoy about them. I enjoy making a mess for mess sake. I don't want the process to be aesthetically pleasing or cinematic. I forget the paint is wet and lean into it. I stop and pet my dog for 30 minutes. I get distracted and clean the whole house before I finish a project. I take an entire week to get back to the thing I started, but in the meanwhile, I flip through a sketchbook and see things that struck me as beautiful, so I captured them, and I processed them with paint and glue and paper and scissors. I made memories in books that no one will ever see but me, but brought me so much peace and joy while I made them. And while they're not cinematically pleasing or professionally correct or done well, if I read a book that I love and I decide to hyperfixate on it and I decide to spend days sketching and painting what I felt when I heard about the story, that is what art is, even if it's bad art. Making art is about expressing what's inside, in whatever form that you do that. And it's not about whether other people find it aesthetically pleasing. It's about evoking emotion, transferring emotion into a medium, making something real and visceral out of something only you get to see inside. And sometimes that process is messy and it doesn't look good to anyone else. It doesn't even look good to you. Sometimes you hate it because you want it to look like someone else made it. You can only see the imperfections. That's part of the beauty of putting what's in your head out on paper, is allowing the imperfections to happen as they do. So really, there is no bad art. There is no good art. It's all an expression. No matter what you use, no matter what medium, no matter how you make things. And no matter if you start things and take weeks to finish them. It's all art. It's all expression. It's all what's inside getting to come out. And nobody else has to like that. Nobody else has to see exactly what you see. Bad art is good art, even if it's not technically perfect or organized or completed in a timely manner. Maybe when you were little, you worked very hard on a picture in school, and someone told you it was bad, so you decided you weren't creative, and you never made art again. But I'm here to tell you that that person was wrong. They didn't know that bad art is good art, and that any art is good art. Letting what's in your soul out is good. And getting messy in the process is even better. So I decided to share my bad art with you and my failed attempt at a cinematic thrift flip that literally took 75 years to not complete. Nope, there it sits, still undone. But that's okay. I'll save that dopamine for another day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Go make bad art. Go get messy.